now we are going to solve math assignment number 9 and of grade 8. Okay, in this assignment we will do chapter number 2, and the name of chapter 2 is real and complex number. So beta, first open your book and turn out page number 33, unit 2, and the name of chapter is real and complex number. It means in this chapter I will tell you about the real number, that which type of the numbers are called the real numbers. Fine. Okay, the name of chapter is real and complex number. Okay beta, this chapter consists some important points. So first we will revise, or first we will discuss these all the points, and then we will start question and answer of exercise. Fine. Okay, natural number. I will explain one by one each point. Natural number. So natural numbers, we can say that the natural number is a set of one or numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on. These are called the natural number. The set of numbers is called the natural number. So natural number is represented by capital N, and a set of, this is the symbol of set, a set of 1, 2, 3 and so on. This is called the natural number. And whole number is started from the 0. So the set of whole number is represented by W. W is represent the whole number. So whole number is a set of, this is the symbol of set of numbers that are started from the 0. 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So these are called the whole numbers. Integers, as we already learned about the integers in the previous classes. Integers, a set of a positive and negative whole numbers. A set of you can say that a set of integers consists of positive numbers and negative numbers. Fine. Positive and negative number and represent by Z. Integers set represent by the capital Z, and a set of positive and negative whole number. So positive and negative numbers -3, -2, -1 and 0, 1, 2 and 3. Fine. So the positive and negative whole number, set of positive and negative whole number is called integers. Okay, rational numbers. Rational number beta, rational numbers, you can say that a P by Q form number that is in P by Q form is called a rational number. Or let a number is 3 by 5. So when we will solve 3 by 5 on calculator, so 0.6, it means 3 by 5 can be terminated. So this number is called the rational number. But let's suppose a number is under root 2, and when we will find the value of under root 2 under root, so 1.414213 and so on, the value of 1.414 so on. This is the value of under root 2. Fine. It means dotted, it means we can't find the exact answer of under root 2. So it's this type of the values are called the unterminate. So under root 2 is called the irrational number, because we cannot find the exact answer for under root 2. We cannot terminate of this value. So 3.5 give us a exact answer 0.6, or we can terminate of this 3.5. So that's why 3.5 is called a rational number, and under root 2 is called the irrational number. And the set of rational and irrational number is called a real number. The set of rational and irrational number is called a real number. Fine. Understood beta? As the set of whole positive and negative number is called integers, and so the set of rational numbers means the answers are in a exact form, or you can say that rational form is P represented by P by Q form, and p by q from that number which give us exact answer, that number is called the rational number. And irrational number, just like under root 2, the value of e, as we know that the value of e is irrational number as 2.7182 and so on. This is the value of e, as the value of pi 3.141592 and so on. So these type of the numbers are called the irrational number, and 0.6, these the numbers are called the, or you can say that recurring numbers. Recurring numbers mean they are, these type of the numbers give us an exact answer. So these numbers are called the rational numbers. The set of rational number and irrational number is called the real number. Understood, beta? Okay. Now come on the examples. Example page number 36, and example 1. So express the following decimal in the form of p by q, where p and q belong to z. Fine. And q is not equal to 0. So 0.3 is equal to this one. So how we can represent in p by q form, means fraction form or rational form, how we can represent this number into the rational form. So page number 36 and example. Fine. Okay, and they are saying that 0.3 is a number. So 0.3 is a number. That how this number, how can we represent into the p by q form or rational form? So beta, keep in mind that solution. Okay, 0.3, this is the number. So you can suppose that let x is equal to 0.3 bar, and this bar means that 3 is repeating more time. We don't know about the number of repeating that how 3 is repeating how many times. So 0.3 bar mean 3 is repeating here. So x is equal to this one. And no, there are how many digits? Just one. So we have just one digit. Yes, repeating. So we will multiply with 10. When one digit will repeat, we will multiply with 10. And when two digit will repeat, we will multiply with 100. And when 3 digit will repeat, we will multiply with 1000. 3 means 3 0, it will become 1000. 1 digit, it means 1 0, it will become 100. So we will multiply 100 both sides. 100x, it will become, when we will multiply 100 with x, it will become 100x, and then 0.333 and so on, multiply with 100. So 100x is equal to, you can suppose that this is the, okay, this one is our second one. This is equation number 1. Okay, now 10x, and when we multiply this number by with 10, so what will be the answer? As we know that when a decimal number will multiply with 10, 100 and 1000, the point will shift to the right side. So this side is called right side and this one is the left side. So point will shift to the right side. So 10 have how many zeros? Just 1 0. So point will shift 1 digit back. So it will become 3.333 and so on. Fine. Okay, this is the equation number 2. Now subtract subtract 1 from 2. What will be the answer? 1 from 2. So 10x minus, first write on the left side, 10x minus x is equal to 3.333 and so on, minus 0.333 and so on. Fine. So 10x minus x, 9x, and when we will subtract 0.333 from this number, so we will obtain just 3. Fine. And then leave the x here. So 3 and 9 will divide on the other side. So 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are 9, 1 by 3. This is the value of x. X is equal to 1 by 3. So you can say that 0 point and x, as we know that x, we have to let that x is equal to this one. So put the value of x, 0.3 bar is equal to 1 by 3. So as we already even know that 1 by 3 is a fraction form. Understood, beta? Okay. Okay, now come on the page number 2, and page number 2 is the other number is 0.23. 0.23 bar. So it's mean 23 or 23 is repeating more time. Fine. So when there are 2-digit repeat, so we will multiply with 100 both sides. Fine. Okay, now do the practice of this example. Okay, now come on the next example, page number 37, and the example is represent the following numbers on the number line. Okay, number line, that how we can represent different number on the number line. Okay, beta, do you have any idea about the number line? And previous classes, as we already learned that this straight line is called the number line, and number line 0 at the middle of the number line, and the negative numbers have left side of the number line, and the positive numbers have left and right side of the number line. Fine. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and so on. Fine. Okay, now they are saying that represent minus 2 by 5. This is the number, and they are saying that minus 2 by 5 represent on the number line, and page number 37. Page 37 and represent on the number line. So how we can represent on the number line? Minus 2 by 5, it's a negative value. Minus 2 by 5. Fine. So it's mean we will start from the 0. Minus 2 by 5 is when we will calculate on the 2 by 5, 0.4. Fine. 0.4, it's mean we will start from the 0. So 5, check out the denominator. Denominator is 5. It's mean we will write 5 lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So, and they are saying minus 2 by 5. Then we will check that numerator 2. It's mean we will dot it 1 and 2. 1 and 2. It mean 2.5, minus 2.5 will come here. Understood, beta? Okay. Next, 15 by 7. So 15 by 7 is the next. Turn the page number 38, and the next number is 15 by 7 is a number. So how we can represent on the number line? When we will solve 15 by 7, on the rough side, 15 divided by 7, 7 2s are 14, and then 1. So we can represent 2 whole 1 by 7. So this is the number, and this is in mixed fraction form. So how we can represent on the number line? 2 whole 1 by 7. Fine. 2 whole, it means this is the positive number and we will start from the 2. 2 whole and 1 by 7 means 2 and 3. Between 2 and 3, how many lines will write? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So 2 means 2, we will start from the 2, and whole 1 by 7 means where we will write? We will count lines. So 2, 1, 1 by 7. So 2, 1 by 7 will come here. Understood, beta? Okay. Now come on the exercise question. And similarly the third part, minus 1 by 7, 1 whole 7 by 9. So how we can represent the number line? Fine. Now it's your task. Show on the number line. Now come on the exercise 2.1, page number 38, exercise 2.1. Okay, 2.1. What they are saying, question 1. Identify which the following are rational and irrational number. Which one is the rational number and which one is the not rational number? So under root 3. Under root 3. Question 1. So you will check that which one is the rational number, and we know that rational number, which type of numbers are called the rational number. Rational number gives us our exact answer. And irrational number is not terminated value. Fine. Okay, under root 3. So 3 under root 1.73205, so on. Under root 3, 1.73205 and so on. So it's mean we cannot terminate the answer or the under root value of 3. So it's mean under root 3 is a irrational number. What? Irrational number. Understood? Okay, now B, second part. This is the part 1 and second part is 1 by 6. So 1 by 6. 1 divided by 6, 0.1666. 0.1666. It's mean we cannot terminate. So guess that this is the value of irrational or rational. Fine. Now it's your task. And the value of pi, as we already discussed that the value of pi, the value of e, and the under root value of 2, under root 3 value, this is called the rational or irrational. And 15, fourth one, 15 by 2, 15 by 2, 15 divided by 2, 7.5. It means we can terminate. So this is a rational number. Fine. This is the rational number. So next we fifth part, 7.25. 7.25 is the rational number or irrational number. It's your task. Under root 29 is a rational number or irrational number. No, it's your task. Fine. So complete this question in your notebook. Come on the question number 2. Question 2, convert the following fraction into the decimal fraction. Means these are the fraction form, convert into the decimal numbers. Because we already know that how we can convert into the decimal form. As let's suppose a number is 17 by 25. Question 2, A part, 17 whole 25. So how we can write in decimal number? So there are two methods. You can make denominator 100. So 25, when we will multiply with 4, it will become 100. So 17 multiply 4, 68. You can check on the right side, and 4 multiply 25, 100. And we know that by division rule it will become 6.8. Sorry, by division rule, that how many zeros in the denominator 2. So point we write here 0.68. This is your answer. Understood beta? 0.68. This is your final answer. Okay, rest all the questions are your task. Complete these all the parts in your notebook. Okay, now come on the question number 3. Question 3 is, which of the following statement are true and which are the false? 2 by 3 is a rational number. 5 is a rational number or irrational number. 1 by 9 is a terminated fraction. Yes or no? 3 by 4 is a terminated fraction. And 4 by 5 is a recurring fraction. So beta, these are so easy questions. Parts to these are the parts in your notebook. Now come on the question 4. Represent the following lines on the number line. Number line, again number line, 2 by 3 minus 4 by 5. And they are saying that represent the following numbers on the number line. As the number line is, the number is 2 by 3. So how we can represent on the number line? As we know that how we can represent beta, first draw a number line and we will write 0 at the middle of the line and write on positive digit on the right side, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and so on, and write on the negative digit on the left side, -1, -2, -3, -4 and so on. Fine. Now 2 by 3. So 2 by 3. What will be the answer? 0.666. It means we will start from the 0. Fine. So 0 and denominator has 3. So it means we will divide 0 to 1 on 3 parts. 1 and 2 and 3. Fine. And 2 by, sorry, this is the positive value. So we will start from here. 1, 2 and 3. Fine. Okay, no 0, we will start from the 0, 0, and this is the positive value, so we will write on the positive sign. So 2 by 3, it means we will count 1 and 2. So we will write here 2 by 3. 2 by 3 will come here. Fine. Okay, understood beta? Okay, now represent all these number on the number line. Okay. And now question 5, give a rational number between 3 by 4 and 5 by 9. So give the rational number. Which one is the rational number between these two numbers? So beta, it's your task. Find out. Now come on to question number 6. Question number 6 is the last question. Express the following recurring decimal as a rational numbers p by q, where p by q are integers. So q is not equal to 0. So 0.5, 0.13, 0.67. So how we can represent in the fraction form? Come on the last question, question number 6. And I will do the first part, 0.5 bar. Fine. Okay, so how we can represent in the fraction form? So beta, let we suppose that let x is equal to 0.5 and x will become 0.5 bar, mean 5 is repeating here, and this will become a equation 1. Now here we have just one digit is repeating. So what we will do when one digit will repeat? We will multiply with 10 both sides. So 10x 10, when a number will multiply with 10, 100 and 1000, decimal number. So point will shift to the right side. So 10 have just 1 0. So point will shift or move backward one step. So one step it will become 5.55 and so on. So this is the equation number 2. Now subtract 1 from 2. What will be the answer? 1 from 2. So 10x minus x. First write on the left side 10x minus x. 5.555 and so on. Minus 0.555 and so on. So 10x minus x, 9x and 5.5555, and when we subtract 0.555, just we have just 5. This part will remove. So x, leave the x here. 5 and 9 will divide on the other side. So it means x is equal to 5 by 9, and we know that x is equal to as 0.5 bar. So 0.5 bar can be write in the fraction form, and this is the fraction form of 0.5 bar, 5 by 9. This is your answer. Understood, beta? Okay. And the second part. In the second part, 2 digits are repeating. So what we will do in the second part? Second part, 0.13 bar. It means here we will suppose that let x is equal to 0.13 bar and x is equal to 0.1313. It means there are 2 digits are repeating. So what we will do when 2 digits are repeating? We will multiply with 100. So 100 multiply x both sides. 100 multiply with decimal number. And as we know that when a decimal number will multiply with 100, 10 and 1000, so point will shift to the right side. So 20, it means point will move 2 step forward. So 1 2 it will become 13.131313 and so on. So 100 multiply x, 100x. Fine. Okay, you can say that this is equation number 1, and name of this equation is the equation number 2. Now subtract 1 from 2. First add on second one, and then left side of the second one, and then left side of the first one. Then 13.131313 and so on, minus 0.1313 and so on. So when we will subtract 0.1313 from this number, so after the decimal point, this part will remove. So we will obtain just 13. 100 minus x, 99x. So leave the x here. 13 divided by 99, and we know that x is equal to 0.13 bar. So it's 13, and this is your answer. Understood, beta? Okay, last part is your task now. Complete this part on your notebook. Understood, beta? Now after exercise 2.1, now come on the next exercise, and before starting the new exercise, first we will revise some properties. Okay, now property of real number. First turn of page number 39 in the property of real number. So beta, first I will tell you about the properties. It means we will discuss about the property and then we will start exercise. The first one is property of the real number under additions. That what is the property under additions? Okay, these are the properties under additions. So first, closure properties. closure property means, what is the closure property? The first property is the closure property of the real under addition. Fine. So they are saying that A plus B belong to, this is symbol belong to real number. Fine. Where A and B are belong to real number. This is the property of closure property. Fine. So let's suppose they are saying if A is equal to 3 and B is equal to 5. So what will be the addition of these two numbers? So in let is they are saying that A plus B belong to real number when A and B both are real number. When A and B, 3 and 5 is the real number, and the addition of the real number is also belong to real number. This is the closure property. So we can prove that A plus B, it means 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5, 8, and 8 is also a real number. So it's proof that when A and B comma belong to real number means both the numbers are real, then the addition of these both the numbers will also real number, just like this one. Understood, beta? Okay, and the second property, commutative property. Commutative property is means they are saying that A plus B must be equal to B plus A. So let is they are say that as when A and B belong to real numbers. When both the numbers are real, then the addition of A plus B must be equal to B plus A. Fine. So we can prove, let's say A is equal to 2 if and B is equal to 3 and both A and B are belong to real number, as we can see there. 2 and 3 both the real numbers. So then A plus B, it will become 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. So 2 plus 3, 5. 3 plus 2, 5. So 5 is equal to 5. It means when A and B both the numbers are real, then the addition of A plus B must be equal to the addition of B plus A. Understood, beta? This was your second property, and come on the third one. Third property is associative property, and associative property is that A plus B bracket close plus C must be equal to A plus bracket small bracket B plus C small bracket close. Fine. So when A, B, C belong to real number, then this property will called associative property. Okay, if now we can prove if A is equal to 5, B is equal to 7 and C is equal to 3 and all the three numbers belong to real number, as we can see here. So now put the value of A plus B 5 plus 7 bracket close, then plus C 3 is equal to A 5 plus small bracket start B plus C, B 7 plus C is equal to 3. So first we will solve the brackets. So 5 plus 7, 12 plus 3 is equal to 5 plus 7 plus 3, 10. So 12 plus 3, 15 and 5 plus 10, 15. So in both cases the left hand side is equal to the right side, means associative property is this one, is called associative property A plus B. When we will add first A plus B and then we will add C, it's a give us same answer as when we will add B plus C into the A, when all the numbers will belong to real number. Fine. Okay, and now the fourth one is additive identity. Identity property means you can say that 0 is called the additive identity, means when we will add any 0 in any number, the answer will just that number. Fine. Let 3 plus 0, so we will obtain just 3. Understood? And the fourth one is identity additive inverse. Additive inverse property means that for every a belong to R, its mean when we will. So let's suppose you can simply say that 3 is a real number. So what will be the additive inverse of 3? What will be the additive inverse? So additive inverse means addition sign, and then the additive inverse means the opposite. So this is the plus 3 value. So what will be the inverse of plus 3 value? Minus 3. So 3, open the bracket, minus 3 minus plus 3 is 0. So you will get 0 answer when the additive inverse will add into that value. So let's suppose here is another number plus minus 4. Then what will be the additive inverse of minus 4? 4. Inverse mean opposite number. Understood, beta? Okay. These was the property of real number under addition. Addition means addition sign will involve. Okay. Now come on the property of real number under multiplication. This is the second type of properties. Okay. Now again, property of real number under addition. Closure, they have closure properties, commutative properties, associative properties, and additive identity and additive inverse. So first we will explain closure properties. Okay, closure properties means the multiplication of A and B belong to real number when A and B both are real number. So we can prove that A is equal to, let's suppose A is equal to minus 3 and B is equal to 5, and both these numbers belong to real numbers. So what will be the multiplication of these two numbers? Minus 3 multiply 5. So it will become minus 15, and minus 15 is also a real number, belong to a real number. So it's proved that. Understood? And now come on the second commutative property under multiplication. Commutative property means, again, as we already discussed under addition, A plus B, and here we are talking about the under multiplication. Multiplication means the product of AB must be equal to the product of BC when both A and B belong to real number. So we can prove that A is equal to 1 by 3 and B is equal to 3 by 2. So these are both real numbers. So what will be the multiplication of A, B and BC? So A, B, 1 by 3, first write down the value of A, and B 3 by 2, and then write down the value of B first, 3 by 2, and then write down the value of, A, B is equal to B, A 1 by 3. So 3 ones are 3, we can cancel here. So 1 by 2, 3 will cancel, 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2. It's a proof that. Fine? Okay, and the third one is associative property. Okay, the third one is associative property. Associative property means when we will multiply A, B, and then C will multiply with this. So it gave us same answer when B, C will multiply with A. When A, B, C are the numbers will real. Find real number. Okay, we can prove if A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3, and C is equal to 5, and all the numbers are real number as we know. So what will be the product of AB? The product of AB, 2 3s are 6, and then write down C, value of C, and then write down the value of A and BC product, BC, 3 5s are 15. So 5 6s are 30 and 15 2s are 30. So the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. It's a fulfill the associative property. And the fourth one is additive identity. Additive identity property means that 0 means this is the identity multiplication identity and the multiplication inverse. You can simply say these are the for next all the properties. Okay, so come on the turn out page number 40, and we already discussed commutative property. And now come on the associative property. Associative property means this is the associative property we already discussed. And now multiplicated inverse identity. Multiplicated identity means 1 is the multiplicated identity means when we will multiply 1 with any number, you will get that number. Fine. Okay, as in addition we already done that 0 is a additive identity, and here multiplicated identity is 1. Fine. And multiplicated inverse, what will be the multiplicated inverse? So let a is a number, so what will be the inverse of this number? So the inverse of this number is 1 by a. You can write a inverse. Understood, beta? As we already know that 3, when a 3 is a number, so what will be the inverse of in multiplication form? So in multiplication will convert into the division, as we know that an addition will convert into the subtraction, and subtraction to change into the addition. Fine. So these are the some properties of real number under multiplication and addition. Okay, now come on the property of the equality of real number. Now property of the equality of real number. So what will be the property of equality of the real number? Property of the equality of the real number. The third property is this one, the property of equality of real number. Now we will discuss these property. Equality means equal sign. The property have equal sign. Fine. So we will discuss all the property of equality of real number one by one. So first property is transitive. The first one is reflexive. Okay, reflexive property. Reflexive property. Fine. Okay, the first one is reflexive property. It means reflexive. Which type of property is called the reflexive property? As A is equal to A when A belongs to real number. This is the reflex. So A, the reflex of A is A. So this is the reflexive property. Symmetric property. This is the second property. And symmetric property means if A is equal to B, then B must be equal to A. When A and B both will be the real number. Fine. This is the symmetric property. Means when A is equal to B, then B must be equal to A. This is the second property of the equality of the real number. And the third property is transitive property. Fine. Okay, and the transitive property is the third one property of the inequality of the equality of the real number. Transitive property, in the transitive means if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A must be equal to C. This is the transitive property when A, B and C all belongs to real number. When A is equal to B and B is equal to C, when A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A must be equal to C. Understood, beta? Okay. And the next one is next property is additive property. Fine. So this is the third property. Additive property. Additive property is that if A is equal to B, then A plus C is equal to, must be equal to B plus C when A, B, C belong to A. When A is equal to B, then the addition of A plus C and B plus C must be equal. This is the additive property. And next one is multiplicative property. Multiplicative property means if A is equal to B, then the multiplication, the product of AC must be equal to the product of BC when all the numbers were real number. Fine, this is the multiplicative property. Fine. And the next one is cancellation property for addition. Cancellation property for addition. And cancellation property for addition is that if A plus C is equal to B plus C, then A is equal to B. Cancellation means we can cancel C with C. How? So you can check that A plus C is equal to B plus C. So A, B plus C, C will move to the right side. So the sign of C is here plus. So when C will move right side, C will become minus sign. So plus minus will cancel. So A is equal to B. It's a proof that. Understood beta? Okay. And the next last property is cancellation property for multiplication. This is the last property, cancellation property for multiplication. Okay, means if AC is equal to BC, then and C not equal to 0, then A is equal to B. How? So we can prove beta AC is equal to BC. So AC is here multiplying. So it will be divided on the right side. C will cancel with the C. So A is equal to B. It's a proof that. This is the cancellation property for multiplication. Understood beta? So these are the properties of equality of the real number. These was the properties. Okay. Now come on the property of inequality of the real number. These were the equality. Now the next one is inequality. The property of inequality of the real number. Okay. Now the property of the equality of the real number will discuss one by one. So these are the properties of the equality of the real number. Fine. Okay, and I will discuss one by one. So the first one is trichotomy property. The first one is trichotomy property. It means A and B belong to real number, then A is less than B or A is equal to B. These are the three conditions. A will equal greater to B. If A and B belong to real numbers, so there are three conditions. So A less B, it must be A less B or A equal to B or A greater to B. And the second one is transitive property. Means A and B and C will belong to real number, then A is less than B. These are the three conditions. Are B is less than C or A is less than C. There are three conditions, and the B condition is also fine. And the second one is additive property. Additive property means the third one is additive properties. Means when A, B, C belong to real number, then there are chances A may be less than B or A plus C less than B plus C, or A, when A is less than B, it may be chance C plus A less than C plus B. These are the some categories. Fine. Okay, and then multiplicative property that when A, B, C are the real numbers, then there are some categories, then A greater than B maybe, and then when A greater than B, it must the product of AC greater than BC, and when A greater than B, must be the product of CA, maybe CB, the product of CB. And the second part of this one is ABC real number. When A greater than A, then it must be AC less than, it may be less than or greater than. Fine. Okay, now multiplicative inverse property. This is the last property. Multiplicative inverse property means when A, B, C belong to real number, then is a category. Find A may be A less than B, and then 1 by A, the opposite number, the additive means the inverse of A will greater to the inverse of B. When A is less than B, but here when A will convert into the inverse position, then inverse position A will greater to 1 by B. Similarly, when A is greater to B, then inverse position it will become less than 1 by B. Understood, beta? So these are the some properties. So as we already discussed each and every property, that which one is called the which property. Now come on the exercise 2A, and now exercise 2A, it's your task, complete exercise your task. So in the question 1 they are saying identify the property used in the following. So identify means which one, A plus B, B plus A. This is the commutative property or associative property, which one is the property. So with the complete this exercise. First write down the property name in the front of this question. Okay, in the second one filling the following, filling the blanks. So 3x plus 3y minus x, write down the property name here again, and then give the name of property, also give the name of property here. Fine. Now it's your task. Okay, now come on the new topic, and the new topic is radical and radicand. Fine. Radical and radicand means no, I will tell you about the radical and radicand, that which part is called the radical and which one is called the radicand. Fine. So let's suppose x is equal to a number is just like this one, a and power n. So in this form can be write just like a 1 by n. Yes, we know that the value of this one is 1 by n, so under root n can be write 1 by n. Yes, so this in the radical, this one, fine, in the radical, this is the radical, and in the radical this symbol is called the radical sign. This symbol, radical sign. Fine. Okay, and n is called the index or power, and a is real number under radicand, so it's called a radicand. Fine. So in this exercise I will tell you that how we can find radical and radicand, and how we can express one another. So come turn to page 44, and 44, and example number 1. Write each radical expression in exponent notation, and exponent notation means in power form, and each exponent notations in radical notation. Do not simplify. Fine, means we cannot simplify. So first we will write in the exponent notation, and exponent notation can be write into the radical notation. So the first part is under root 5 minus 8. So how we can write in radical notation or exponent notation? This is in radical notation, and how we can write in exponent notation. Fine. Exponential notation is first we can write minus 8, and then under root 5 can be write 1 by 5. So this form is called the exponent notation, and this form is called the radical notation or radical form. Fine. Okay, and the second one is under root 3 and x power 5. So it can be write in exponential notation as x5 and then multiply with 1 by 3. So it will become x 5 by 3. Understood, beta? And the third part is y 3 by 4. So this form is called the exponential notation or form. So how we can write in index? How we can write in radical form? So we can write in radical form. First we will write base. Y is base here. Fine. And the numerator is called the index. Mean this is the power of base. And then denominator 4. It means this is the square root. Fourth root of y cube. Understood, beta? Okay. Now the next one is, and it can be write just this one bracket, fourth root of y and then cube. Okay, and then come on the second example. And the second example is they are saying that simplify example number 2. Simplify the cube root of 16 x4 y 5. So how we can find the cube root of this number? So come on the solution. The cube root of 16x4 y 5 is equal to, we can find the factor of 16 by using the prime factorization method. So 16, 2 8s are 16, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, and 2 1s are 2. This is the one method, and you can write the second method you can use here, as we know that 2 multiply 8 is equal to 16. Yes. So better first write on the factor of 16. 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 4 times, and then x4 can be write into x cube. Why? Because here we are talking about the cube root. Here we are going to solve cube root. So that's why we will make the cubes of the factors of the variables and number 2. So y5 can be write y square into y cube, and then 2 into make the cubes of these numbers. So 2 power cube into 2 multiply x into x cube into y square into y cube. Okay, now separate the cube of the factor, that numbers that have the cube. 2 into cube form, x into cube form. So we can write into x cube y cube, and then write on the other variables or other factors of this 16x4 y4 in the other cube root. It can be a break. So 2 into x into y square. As we know that the value of cube root is 1 by 3. So put the value of cube root here because they can be cancelled. So 2 cube x cube y cube and 1 by 3, and this can be write same. No. Put the value of cube root as the power 1 by 3. It means this power will apply each number inside the bracket. So 2 power 3 multiply 1 by 3, x power 3 multiply 1 by 3, y power 3 multiply 1 by 3, and into 2 cube root of 2xy square. Multiplication are into 5. So it can be cancelled. So 2xy into the cube root of 2xy square. Right? And this is your final answer. You cannot further simplify. Understood, beta? Okay. Now come on the exercise question. Exercise 2.3. Open your book. Page number 45. Page 45. And that's either write each radical exponential expression in the exponential notation and each exponential notation into the radical notation. Okay, look at the part 1. The cube root of minus 64. This form is called the radical form. So how we can write in exponential notation? We can write 64. This is the base, our radicand. So first we will write radicand and then write down 1 by 3. So this form is called a exponential notation. Understood, beta? Okay. Similarly, the second one is 2 cube 2 3 by 5 power 3 by 5. So how we can write this form is called the exponential notation, and how we can write in radical form. So 2 base, first we will write base and then the numerator will write on the power form, and then 5, it means this is the fifth root of 2 power cube, and rest all the parts are your homework. Fine. Okay, now come on the question number 2. Tell whether the following statements are true or false. So these are so easy. 5 1 by 5 can be write 5 under root? No. 2 power 2 by 3 can be write under root cube root of 4. Now think about it and do it. Fine. Okay, now come on the third one. Simplify the following radical expression. Simplify means, as we already done example 2, just like these questions are doing just example number 2. Okay, now I will do just only one part. Part 1 or part 3. Okay, come on the part 3. Part 3 is a different part. Okay, I will do only just part. Fifth root of 3 whole 3 by 2. This is the fraction number. So we can apply the fifth root on both the numbers separately. So fifth root of 3 can be written just like this one. Yes. So the fifth root of under root 3, it cannot simplify further. Sorry. And no, fifth root of 32. Find out the factor of 32 by using prime factorization method. 16 2s are 32, 2 8s are 16, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, and 2 1s are 2. So these are the factor. Write down here. 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 multiply 2 multiply 2, 5 times 2. So 5. Here we are talking about the fifth root. It means we will make power 5. This is the fifth root. 2 power 5. So it can be write 5, and we know that under root 5 is equal to the value of under root 5. Fifth root is 1 by 5. So they can be cancelled, 5 with 5, just 2. And the fifth root of 3 divided by 2, and this is the final answer. We cannot simplify further now. Understood, beta? Okay. Now rest all the parts are your homework. Do this free exercise in your notebook.